All right, good afternoon, everyone, or good morning, good evening, wherever you are. Hope you're doing well. Welcome back to another stream. We're actually going to see two sets back to back, both going to be replay casted, so that means no delay on the stream once again. So, yeah, get a bit of engagement going on with the chat, so long as I remember to engage with the chat, which I'm not always very good at. We're going to start off with Baloo 101 versus Dark Eyes. This is a replay cast from a round 2 match. I think it was one of the last round 2s to be played, in fact. And what we will do very quickly, and I will not, in fact, annoyingly, I can't bring up the bracket because the bracket's been updated for both the matches we're streaming, so I can't show you before. Just know that this is a round 2 match. Alright, we're going to dive straight in because I've only got a couple of hours or so and I've got 2 sets to get through, so we're just going to dive on in. We start in this South on Snowy Drought with Baloo in green as Nuke. He is up against the Laser for Dark Ice in the blue. Yeah, I said that, sorry. God, for a second I thought I missed something there. Laser, Dark Ice, blue. There we go. I said it all. Okay, let's see what we get. This, to me, looks like the Laser might be doing a no eco. Which is wholly unnecessary against a Nuke, because you have a massive army advantage. Oh no, he's changed his mind. Okay, fair enough. It's standard build. It's a little bit slow on the second supply there. Could have been a little bit quicker. But I guess the reason for that is because he wants to get his first V out quick. The trouble I think he's going to have is he's only got $300. So he's waiting off on this drop. So slight delay there. Could have skipped 2 of these MDs, built it, and then now built the 2 MDs. That would have been slightly more efficient. We're behind this, going to see Baloo going for a bit more of a defensive setup, which is kind of nice because it's going to slow down this initial V. So I'll have a War Factory on the right and a few MDs, tank hunters I should say, on the left in the bunker. First V is actually going to go to the left, so it will initially headbutt this, but it could just sneak down there and go around here. Although if it did that, it would probably get trapped. First gap might actually get here as well, so not too horrendous for Baloo initially. Let's see how the micro is for Dark Ice. Looks like he's certainly paying attention to this V. MD's not really wanting to fire there. So this is a good hold from Baloo already, actually. I really like this. All the meanwhile, there is a GAT. The GAT has stopped. That's a shame. So yeah, this V's going to have a hard time getting in, and this GAT, meanwhile, is going to get in, and that will delay, at the very least, the collection here. The Battlemaster actually got repaired. I like that. Micro looking better now, getting some hits off. Won't quite get that GAT. Does get saved. GAT here, still not in range. That needs to be moved into position. We'll keep half an eye on that. But meanwhile, he knows what he's up against. Yeah, he does now move the GAT. There we go. Does get instantly moved by Dark Eyes. Very nice. V's very quickly going along to go deal with that. In fact, this V is going to come back. It's decided, no, there's no way in here. Just going to build up the numbers. GAT gets dealt with. These 2 can continue collecting. Very nice indeed. What I do like here is that he got them to select here rather than here, which is the correct response. Dark Ice is going to build up his V numbers then, which I kind of like. However, the prop is already up. So that's where it starts getting better for the Nuke, for sure. ECM already out now. I think what I'd like to see from Dark Ice is maybe go for his own oil and then deny the oil of Baloo. That would be kind of nice. Or just go for S&D at this stage. Ooh, needs to be very, very careful. We might lose that V. We'll lose that V. Yeah, he has to evac now. So really looking good this for Baloo, actually, as the Nuke. Looking very good. Hello, Henk, in the chat. We will see your set after. I'd opted to go for the round 2 game first. Seemed like the logical order to do it in. Ooh, gets away with it. Not very lucky there. He's looking to kill that one. Yeah, that's gonna get quite a nice bit of damage, actually. So suddenly the army gets cut. There is an Overlord out now, though, so gonna have to be very careful. S&D is now being established. I'm surprised he probably needs to consider spending a bit more of his money here. Oh, he's made a grave error turning there. Oh, that's one wrong move. And yeah, that's going to give a lot of encouragement here to Baloo to press on. Not doing too much behind this, but it does have a Lotus capturing the oil in the oil refinery. Very nice. It's actually going to go counter with that little army, which I don't necessarily mind. The trouble is, what's he going to do about this in his base? That's a bit of a problem for him.
Search and destroy.
S&D now up, loses a dozer. Probably going to lose the Chinooks. Nope, not yet. Okay. Yeah, Dark Eye's in really big trouble here. And the ECM, now that the ECM's out, yeah. This can't do it, but I don't think he can deal with this. I think this is going to go 1-0 Baloo. Yeah, that V goes down. And all the Chinooks are getting shot. It is over. Yeah, this is 1-0. Very nice from the nuke, overall. Could have been played better from Dark Eyes, but that's what the Semi-World Series is all about, learning. Hello, Mohamed Salou, by the way, and hello, Gert. And yeah, that's GG 1-0. Salou said, my round versus Tommy is supposed to be played tonight. I am extremely interested in streaming it, but if it's going to happen tonight, annoyingly, I'm actually out this evening. Which means I also miss out on streaming the Piddocks match, which is annoying because I wanted to stream that. If no one is able to stream your set, then if you could save the replays in spoiler-free mode and send them to me later. Shalhoub, sorry. I don't know why I keep saying sir. I think it's because my I'm trying to different dialects. You know how it is. They try and say it differently, but I'm not very pro at that. Hello, Tricky Twinkie again. Hello to you. Yeah, so long story short, if you could prepare a spoiler-free replay pack in the event you can't get a streamer, then I will try and squeeze that in as soon as I possibly can. Same goes for Piddocks' set as well. Let's just update the scoreboard very quickly for that. It's 1-0 Baloo. Up against it as well. Very nicely done. And yeah, let's load game 2 and see what Dark Eyes can do here now that he's up against it. We start with Baloo in the north, playing as Laser in pink this time. And in the south, we've got Dark Eyes sticking to blue as the nuke. Pressure very much on him here. Okay, that's noted. Yeah, by all means, let me know. If the games do happen tonight and you can't get a live streamer, then yeah, just do that. If the games don't happen tonight, then, well, just keep me in the loop. And then we can try and arrange a time that we can all make. That would be excellent. Okay, first, we're actually getting a no-eco out of Baloo here. Interesting. Forward, supply, and barracks. Actually, this is kind of nice to deal with a no-eco. We need to see, do we have separate collection? It looks like there is separate collection, yes, because that one's been selected to go there. Very nice. So yeah, it's going to be a very quick game, this, no matter what. I think if he gets a bunker here, or just there, he's going to more or less protect himself. Actually, no, the dozer's going to go down there, okay. We see a troop crawler, okay. That actually could be kind of useful. Alright, dozer's been spotted now, I think. Yeah, that one looks like it's going off to deal with that. Does have the Red Guard training upgrade as well, so he's going to have quite a lot of what one might refer to as cannon fodder here. Oh, he's actually going for his own rush. Okay. Not so interested in defending, it seems. More interested in just going forward with whatever he can. Okay. So this is going to become a bit of a base race, potentially. Needs to be very careful with this V, though. It's taking a lot of damage. Okay, second one now comes in. Yeah, this is just going to be a straight base race, I think. It's going to be a bit of a funky game. But the more that Dark Eyes can produce, the better it gets for him. He's going to build a barracks down here, okay. But he is going to lose everything at home. And that dozer is going to go north as well, very nice. The more he collects here, the better, because there's no more collection now for Baloo. This barracks is all he's going to get. I don't actually know. We had a bit of money there, and he seems to have spent it. Did he buy... Oh, I see. He's bought a Ranger, and he's going to go for all the oil. Okay. That makes sense. I think I'd be selling that, actually, at this stage. Giving away veterancy is kind of not the one. Yeah, funky game. I think he might have sold that in the end. I'm not entirely sure. This looks like it's off to go find a dozer. It's going to be tight. It is going to be really close, this. Power gets sold. That should give away that there is something down here. He did see a dozer go this direction. Capture building is now in play. No more income for Dark Ice. Builds his power. Oh my god, this is going to be close. It is going to be close. He does see the V army coming. He sees the other V. He's going to lose his dozer here. Yeah. Okay. I think Baloo's just going to pull this off. I think he is. Although, that is risky. Losing one of these like that. Yeah, it loses one of the buildings. So that building is all that's keeping him alive now. Oh, he's going for a firebase. I don't think that's a good call. I think he should try and re-establish his supplies here. He is getting that repaired now as well. I think Baloo's got this. Oh, as I say that, loses a V. He loses a V. And both players are probably thinking what the best approach to take here is. The trouble is, Dark Eyes can't push out. He just can't. No way, can he? But equally, Baloo needs to not lose this. I think Baloo's going to get this here. Yeah, that's gone. That's gone. He's got it. He's got it. Very well played. Yeah, interesting game. Nearly did it. Very unlucky there for Dark Eyes. But yeah, does find himself 2-0 down now. As we go into game number 3. Did I just do that? Yeah, 2-0 lead for Baloo. Okay, let's go into game number 3 then. Okay, so this time we have an SWG here for Baloo in the north on Vendetta in the red. And in the south, okay, a USA mirror. So we've got laser here for Dark Eyes in the blue. Very nice. At the bottom of Vendetta. Okay. So certainly advantage for the laser here. Looks like Baloo might be going for 2 supplies, which as SWG is incredibly risky. Incredibly risky. Especially if your opponent's dropping, which he almost certainly will. Yeah, this is a very risky build. If this gets spotted in hole, and I think that drone can see everything, you just need 3 MDs and a dozer. And there's not really much your opponent can do about it. This needs to be a little bit quicker. He might not know the drop's coming because the drone got shot down, but I think the assumption should be that. He won't have built a V yet, but I think now he'll queue one up. Yeah. Oh, no, he did get one queued up already. Okay. So he does have a very quick V. Oh, no, it's an ambulance. That's a weird choice. That's very odd. Just going to try and get the crush in. He's going to use the ambulance. How's the laser lock? Oh, that was weird. Yeah, he's kind of giving him a chance here. Needs to get a barracks up. Yep, does that. Nook's going over here instead. Whoa, they're bugging out. Oh, look at that. They're skiing. What the hell? That's kind of unlucky. And yeah, that barracks is a bit pointless now. This has been a disastrous start here for Dark Ice. Really disastrous. Barracks now going up. He is on 2 supplies at least. Himself, but he is up against it. Because there's a lot of... Although these are empty, so there's only so much they can really achieve. I'm not entirely sure I'd be going forward here if I was Baloo. Barracks now being established. I assume he's constructing the tow upgrade. That would be very nice if he gets that. Gonna need some fast laser locks. Yeah, there's the tow. Okay. Alright. Laser lock comes out. Was a little bit on the slow side, but does get some nice damage off. He's going to have to move these Chinooks. Yeah, he's in big trouble here, Dark Ice. This is nice from Baloo. Really, really nice. That V's going to have to be microed very carefully. So far, he is losing Chinooks here. They're going to have to move across. Yep, they do. Very nice. Still only lost the one Chinook for now. Is getting away with it. We've got some normal units being built at the background now. Okay, he's going to load these up and try and surround it, I think. I think that makes sense. I think what I'd be doing is leaving 2 or 3 here. And then, yeah, because now you're just inviting your opponent to skirt round. Yeah. It's going to be a bit of a merry-go-round. And all of this is just buying time for Baloo. And then he's going to come in with this much bigger army. He's starting to lose Vs now. Okay, now he can engage it. I think he was trying to go for the Chinook, but ultimately this gets swept up. And he's going to need this to deal with the incoming bigger army that has MDs in it this time. Yeah, Baloo way on top here. S&D now being established as well. Second Chinook goes down. I think that's just an empty. Doesn't actually go down. Big engagement now coming in. Evacs in time. One actually going down for Baloo, which didn't get evac'd. And another one, okay. Dozer goes down now. Don't think that matters too much. But the entire army for Baloo is kind of getting wrecked, actually. Okay, does evac these. But they ultimately go down. Yeah, okay. Gets dealt with. Darkeye's still very much in it, but it's going to have to put some pressure on very, very quickly here. That looks like... I'm not sure what that looks like, actually. Looks a bit odd. Darkeye's not in the best of places here. It is on 3 Chinooks, 2 of them pretty broken. S&D now comes in play. That is a massive advantage for Baloo. So Darkeye's going to have to be very careful on the engagements. Is he paying attention over here? Yes, he is. Okay. Is he going to try and drop into that building? Yes, he is. Good move. Nicely done. And he's actually going to counter-attack. Okay. Good move, I think. We'll take a bit of damage. Ooh, ambulance is actually getting hit here. Needs to evac that. Does evac it. And the Humvee actually does get some nice XP there. I can now run away. Ooh, wow, okay. That's actually pretty big. There is some big damage going on in the base of Dark Ice in the meantime. Baloo's going to knock out the S&D. I think that's a good move. It's a close game, this, actually. Yeah, S&D now going down. I think that needs to get evac'd. Oh my god, that B is still going. You see the power of the veterancy, though. It's so difficult to stop. I think Baloo's only half paying attention here. He's more focused on what's going on here. But he's losing his entire economy. Is Baloo going to throw this? I think he might, you know. He is. Because that 1V is just doing it for him. Yeah, this is going to get swept up. He's done it. Just like that, Dark Ice is going to level this. Not level this, sorry. He's going to bring it back to 2-1. He was playing as the better army, though. Let's not forget that. Yeah, OPV right there. He's going for the MD now. Yep, he is. That V's been very, very good. And it doesn't really matter what happens at his base at this stage. Because this 1V is just going to win him the game. Bet for EV. You don't need an ambulance. Yeah, he's done it. You can't even build now. I think this is any second now from GG. There's nothing he can do. This V will kill these buildings before this can do anything. So yeah, it's going to go 2-1. Nice game. Hello in the chat, by the way, soon. Noticing the skiing MDs. Yeah, that's GG. Very important win there for Dark Ice. He was right on the edge there.
You have been defeated.
Let's give a 1 to him. Yeah, nice game. Bit funky. Right, let's go into the reverse then. So this time we have got Baloo in the south, playing back to green as the laser. And in the north we have got Dark Ice in blue, playing as SWG. Yes, okay, cool. What I do like here is I do prefer the build of Dark Ice. going for a barracks and a bit of aggression up against the dual supply build of Baloo. There is certainly risk that you take when you do this build. Really, when you see your opponents building a barracks, as a rule of thumb, you kind of have to build a barracks yourself. Having said that, he nearly made that work in the last game, so who's to say he can't make it work this game? This drop looks like it might be considerably quicker, actually, than the last one. That was kind of one of the things that cost him quite a bit there. Yeah, okay. What he could do is, if he drops it here and builds an EMP, then he'll basically be instant GG. Because the MDs can protect against any Vs, and you build an EMP here, you can kill anything that goes to that supply. It's going to drop off here, actually. So already looking good, this, for Dark Ice. Yeah, he's already slowed his opponent down in terms of supplies. He can start building some MDs here now. This is going to play very differently to the last game. Should be able to get a laser lock in. Baloo moves them away, but more MDs now coming, and behind this we have more MDs at the background. He's going to lose some of these. Good secondary laser lock there. Nice. Really good laser locks here, actually. That was an important one hit there, because now he can build some more MDs. If he comes in with a second drop, Baloo is in major trouble. The question is, can he micro all of this? There's quite a lot to think about. He's on 4 supplies back at home, and Baloo is indeed in big trouble. Okay, we're going to need some good laser locks. Nice laser locks by and large. Yeah, this is good. Very good. That went low as well. He's continuing. This is good laser locking. I like it. He's building up that money back at home. I don't think I'd be wasting my time trying to kill that. I think I'll just wait for the Vs to come in. Yeah, Baloo is... This build. I'm just not a fan of it. Causing his own dramas. War Factory now going up here. So this is just to buy time, really. I think that's going to get shut down. Yeah, it is. It's dead. Yep. Can't really afford to lose these Vs as cheaply as this. Okay, now need some good laser locks. And they do come in. Oh, he misses the crush. Wow. Does just get it. But the amount of damage this push has done. Okay, yeah, he's going to shut this down now. I think that didn't necessarily, could have been potentially kept, but no, overall this has done very, very well for him, because now look at this at the base. Barracks only now just being established for Baloo, because he can only now get back to full supply collection, so this is good from Dark Ice. As I say, I do prefer his building these USA mirrors in general. First V going to come forward. Still no MDs yet, though, for Baloo. There is one on the field at last. But I think that's got a full whack in. Okay, 2V's going to go down the right. Again, they're empty, though, so what can they really achieve? They need to retarget on the dozer. Ooh, he's focusing here as well, though, which is nice. Yeah. And he's now focusing here. He's done a pretty good job of multitasking, actually, by and large. That shouldn't have got up, though. He should have been pinpointing the dozer. So a bit of a mistake there from Dark Ice. Kind of letting Baloo off the hook by getting that firebase up. I don't really approve of getting the firebase either, actually. I'm not sure I like that very much myself. Yeah, agreed. Soon. That was a very powerful barracks. As Mohammed Shaloub says, it's potentially GG already. There are a lot of Vs out all of a sudden, though. This is suddenly a pretty scary blob. But there is S&D being established, and there are quite a few Vs here as well for Dark Ice. So I'd say he's still ahead. The big question is, will he know this is coming? He does seem to have a rough awareness. Maybe he doesn't, actually. Are both players just going to trade off here? No, they're not. I don't think that would suit Dark Ice. I think he's in the position of power, so he doesn't really want a base trade. It just suits Baloo, gives him a bit of a chance. I think these Chinooks are going to need to run away. They do. S&D now comes in. Oh, he goes for the evac. Okay. Yeah, this is just going to get gunned down. And that's all the MDs he had. They weren't very well filled, actually. And now he can go on the chase with S&D. I think these Vs are in big trouble. They have to turn around and try and take the fight, but doesn't actually take any. Oh, he does take one. Okay. There is going to be a couple of Vs going forward. They will have some units inside. But this is what I mean. What are these firebases really going to do when they could have just gone round? They didn't even need to engage this. We'll lose a V for it. I think he can afford to. It was an empty V. He's going to probably get hunted behind this. Yeah. But does still have his S&D. He is losing his base, though. Nice. Really good targeting there. Okay, both players kind of knocking 7 bells at each other, but the production's camped now for Baloo, who's building a strat. Bit of an interesting one. Dark Eye still has everything he needs, admittedly only on 1 Chinook, but he has all the buildings he needs. S&D now comes in. The S&D actually did get knocked out here for Dark Eyes. War Factory goes down. Trying to build a barracks. That's the right thing to build. Needs to be very careful. Isn't being very careful. He's going to lose his entire army. Needs to evac that. Yeah, he does evac it. Okay. And needs to evac again. Does evac. Slightly slow on the laser lock. Nearly gets the Vet 3V though. Okay. Yeah, could have gone either way this one. I'm still not entirely sure. I think Baloo is edging this just because, well, then again, oh, he's selling his War Factory. Interesting. He's going to go for a big drop. All right. Yeah, that could work. Oh, there's a Colonel Burton. Ah, that could be everything he needs. I think I'd prefer to see the drop there. Whoa, what? Oh, that's so unlucky. Ah, that's got to be over now. He has got absolutely nothing. Barracks was picked off there. Yeah, unlucky for Dark Eyes though, overall. Minor things. I mean, the one massive moment was not killing the dozer constructing that firebase. Look how much work that firebase did just then. Imagine it wasn't there. Yeah, GG. Ah, so annoying. Dark Eyes must be kicking himself for losing that.
Victorious.
Must have been kicking himself because he was miles ahead. Yeah, Baloo takes it to 3-1 and actually goes on match point as a result of that. Hello, Sam. And yes, agreed. That should have been a 2-2, but it's not. It's actually 3-1 for Baloo as we go into match number 5. Right, so Baloo is playing as the SWG again in orange. We're on Dryland Desert this time. And in the south, we've got Dark Ice in the blue playing as Vanilla GLA. Okay. So certainly VGLA favoured, but the SWG certainly can get some work done on this map. If it can survive the early game and slowly build its way out, or maybe get an oil or two, then things do start to get better for it quite quickly. Millard's map indeed, ++. A very popular map. Good to see. Good numbers of people in the stream today. 23 of you. That's excellent for a double replay cast. Very nice. Standard build coming out of Baloo, and he is going to go for a dozer drop. And he's going to secure this here. He boxes dozer into this one. Very nice. No terrorists. Ooh, that's going to hurt a lot. Wow. Where are the terrorists? There is one. It's very far away. There is an aggressive tunnel up here. I think. Okay, he loses one. Yeah, very out of position terrorists, these. Might lose. Okay, he's actually not really lost that many workers, in fairness. Also cutting the supply off here. Very nice. Good start for Baloo, this. Just what he needed. Does now get back onto the supply collection. Yeah, this tunnel's very nice, actually. Probably, well, might catch the dozer on its way home. Gets to find the drone. Okay, it's more or less recovered from that disastrous start. Gets that building just before the V can get there. Very nice. And technical now coming in. Ooh, nice block off by the V. Yep. Kills the V already. These Vs are just so valuable. He's going to lose that. But there are a couple more. Oh, it was a big one. It was a very big one. Okay, so the idea was to go for the war factory, but in the end, opted for the back. I think I'd have gone for the second supply, actually, personally. That dozer's going to be found by this RPG. Yeah, kind of relatively even so far. No supply harassment so far for Baloo, but he has lost a couple of Vs. Or was it just the one V? I can't actually remember. We've got a second arms dealer already being built, even though he's only on 2 supplies. Okay. Ideally, you want to be on 3 supplies before second arms dealer. Hello, Raider Tar. Apologies if I inevitably butchered your name. I don't mean to. Okay, that's a scary blob of V's all of a sudden, but there is going to be some sort of harassment coming in here. Not sure what sort of harassment, though. I think it needs to run away, whatever it is. Tentacle is going to get out of there, which is nice. The idea was to try and hunt. Yes, agreed. Nice pop. Gets a V for it, does he? Yes, he does. Alright. Might get a sec... Gets 2 Vs, and they were field Vs as well. Yeah, he can be brave on this now. Just pounce on it. Very poor from Baloo. Very poor micro overall. Loses basically everything. Loses the V as well. Wow, okay. The thing is SWG, you just can't afford losses like that. You really can't. Especially when you could have just gone down and around here and just got straight to the base. Yeah, not the best decision making from Baloo there. You know, choosing to engage that. I mean, if he was going to engage that, at the very least, take these 2 spare rangers that you got from the barracks kill and drop them in there and then engage, because this then gets swept up straight away. MD going down there. That dozer did eventually go down here by the looks of it. Technicals now coming in, but thinking better of it. We'll lose 1. That actually had some RPGs in, which will get picked off. This position is going to get shut down now. Much better micro there from Baloo, actually. Is going for a firebase and building up the V numbers behind this. More technicals now coming around the back. Ooh. Baloo not paying attention for a second. I think he wanted to go home. There's a super tech here as well. Wow, okay. That suddenly gets quite scary when you get a super tech in the mix. Very, very sudden. The thing is, I'd say for Baloo here is the sheer number of Vs that he's lost. He's just, as SWG, they're so expensive. And he also hasn't taken the crate. I mean, that crate right at the beginning could be the difference between getting a V out early or not. Got tentacles now coming back forward. Going to headbutt straight into the Vs. But they are being microed properly. Very nice. The S&D now trying to come in. Third supply is up. We do... Oh, there's a palace up now. Okay. That building's going to get shut down. Nice. Okay. This worker's trying to make a run for it. I think it is going to go down, unfortunately. A few more workers. Maybe a couple more workers needed here. S&D now comes in, but I think he's got himself cornered. Loses 2 Vs. And the buggy doing some nice damage there. Ooh. Did overextend there, though. Oh, does survive. Tentacles come now pounce. Oh my god, what is that V doing? And again, all the Vs. How many Vs have gone down this set? It's so painful. Especially now that you're on S&D. Yeah. I think the SWG should have won this by now. There is a Colonel Burton. Capture buildings yet to be built. Rebels are in place, however. Well, yet to be researched, I should say. One researches capture building, they don't build it. Market now being placed, okay. 3 supplies. He's force firing, I like that. There's going to be a Chinook dropping off a Ranger here, so he is, does look like he's researched it. No, he's planning on researching it, alright, but this is a pretty scary push now. And those super techs doing the business. Very, very powerful. Yeah. And he does lose them all. But I don't think it really matters. I mean, the GLA can afford to trade off here. Nice micro of the buggy. And yeah, Dark Eyes is just kind of going for it. Why not? I think that's going to be the hunt, is it? Oh, so nearly. He wants it. He wants the dozer. Behind this, capture building does come in, but hunt complete. The GLA loses all its units, but doesn't really matter. Did he get his own capture building? He did, but Colonel Burton actually comes in and kills the rebel over there. Alright. Yeah, Baloo's just lost so much. There's no alphas now either. Ah, so annoying for him. That could have been very, very effective. Is now getting this oil. I think Colonel Burton might actually... It'd be very nice if he gets a bomb off here. Could get both buildings 2 for 1. If he can get to 3-star, then Pathfinders could be very nice. Mind you, against buggies. Yeah, he does get that. Going for a remote detonation. Okay. They should both go down now. Maybe. They have an opportunity to be sold here. And the buggies. Oh, he's placing another one. He's just going for a spectacular showdown, isn't he? Just kind of nice. Yeah, really nice. That's a lot of buildings that's going to go down. If he blows them up now, and then engages that... Yeah, he can just engage that now. Very nicely done. Ah, Jarman Kale was in, though. Nicely played from Dark Eyes. He heard it. And built the countermeasures. But yeah, look at this now from the GLA. GLA's got this. There's nothing that Baloo can do. Even with S&DVs, there is precious little it can do. Both players 3-star now. Jarman Kell is going to come in with the snipe. Bounty in, very nice. That's what I was hoping to see. Gets the CC building, yep, nice. And I think these buggies now will probably finish the game off, I think. And Baloo surely knows it at this stage. Yeah, that is the final nail in the coffin. There it is, GG. But that was to be expected. Baloo will now get to play as the favoured army here. But yeah, nicely done from Dark Eyes nonetheless. As we go into game number 6. Ooh, the inevitable colourblind hatred coming in. We have got Baloo, who doesn't pick his colour, playing as Cyan. Ugh. As the GLA. Up against Dark Ice, who is in the dark blue, or the blue. Playing as Laser. Was it Laser? No, it was Super Weapon. Of course it was SWG. My bad. How sloppy of me. So yeah, pressure very much on Dark Eyes then. Has to get something done here. I mean, Baloo should have had the set wrapped up, really. He was in a decent position in that game. Really decent. He just kind of chucked his Vs away very cheaply. As Soon says in the chat, yeah, the losses. Very, very heavy and sustained losses. You can't really afford to do that, unfortunately, against a GLA. Got to be very efficient with your Vs. Especially as SWG. In general as USA against GLA, but especially as SWG. Okay, standard build coming out of Dark Ice, who is not forgetting his crate. Actually, the crate didn't get forgotten for Baloo this time. He actually moved it there and then didn't collect it. Whoops. There it is. The intention was good, and he does get it. Dozer went forward, saw the tunnel, and decided to go straight back. Sensible. No need to lose it for the sake of it. And will have gained enough knowledge to potentially think... that was very far away. I think that first tech's going to get in. That V is going to go straight round. Might actually be able to park itself there and get some damage done. Okay, first those are going down. Gives away a scrap tech already. That is a very nice first bit of harassment there from Baloo. I expect one Nook's going to go down here, is it? Yep, it is. Nice. This is a good start for Baloo. Ooh, that V is going to go down as well. This is being really good start for Baloo. Really, really good. He went to scrap deny, but actually missed it. But it's okay. Desperately trying. Yeah, he does get it. Okay, that was important. That was an important pick-off. Nice micro on the V there. Kind of baited the technical in. And he could just go and repair that, actually. Opts not to. That's kind of a shame. Didn't need to lose that MD. Got some technicals now coming in. Ooh, need to run away. They are. D goes down. This is not looking good. That's going to be more harassment as well. Okay, that's better. Better micros. Going for... Oh, he wants the hunt. But he's... Oh, he nearly got it. That was close. That was so close. That was very, very close to GG's right there. Unbelievably close to getting the dozer. Very unfortunate for Baloo there. But he is in a very good position. He's on a third supply. Now coming forward. This looks like it's going to be some failed TT. Okay. Yeah, they force fire, so no XP giving away. Very nice. Nice job from Baloo overall. Dark Eyes is going to need some quick MDs, quick laser locks even. Does get them. That is an empty tech. Dozer needs to be unbelievably careful. He's going to actually go for a forward EMP. Okay. The only downside to this is it's giving the GLA more map control. So if Baloo can respond by just expanding out, I think I'd like to see that tunnel there and taking that supply. But this is a nice expansion. Yeah, could see an interesting game here if Dark Ice can sustain. It looks like both players it's going to go into some sort of medium game, more medium-term game now. Unless he's researched the power upgrade here, he's going to go low power in a second. Because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, he did get the research just in time. Very nice. I was expecting the low power sound to come on then. Okay, we do suddenly have a pretty scary army, actually. That's going to get shut down immediately. And no losses sustained. Okay, that's good for Dark Ice. And actually has this building for himself. So he does see that, which is nice. EMP now established. And now going for a strat. Okay. So yeah, Dark Ice just kind of nicely establishing himself here. And is going to push out of his base. Palace is only just being constructed. And there's only one arms dealer out. So actually... I think Baloo's in trouble here. Okay, there is going to be a counter attack of some sort. Ooh, EMP is going to go down here. That's got something in it. That's going to be the hunt. Yeah, it is. But will Dark Ice care? I'm not entirely sure he will, because I think this could do it. This army can do it. I think it can. Because he hasn't got anything. That's all he's got, and this is going to get shut down. Yep. This is, yeah, it's going to get dealt with. And what's he got? He's got nothing. He's only just built that. That second arms dealer is so late. And that is going to cost him the game, because his entire production's going down. He's very quickly going to have to start rebuilding production. Over here, over here. He has actually already got an arms dealer. Very nice. Yeah, interesting game this. Swung very, very quickly. This is what happens if you don't lose your Vs. Okay, Palace does get established, so he might... If he can build that barracks in time and get a Jarman Kell, that'd be very nice. Gonna be close, though. Oh, he's not gonna get it. Yeah, Palace gets knocked out. So no Jarman Kell. That's pretty massive, actually. Armstead are now established. But he's just not gonna get the... Yeah, he can't build buggies. And even though he got the hunt, it just goes to show, like, the hunt is only so powerful. But it didn't really achieve anything. So Dark Ice is Darkest Ice's game to lose now. He pops out, but these Vs are now vetted. And Micro is very, very good. Really good from Dark Ice. A lot to be admired about his Micro, actually, you know. Baloo hasn't taken that building, which is not ideal, because it means the Vs can just waltz on in. Looks like he's going to try and at least slowly destroy this, but he could just dot a load of Pathfinders around now, because he's 3-star, and he's got to spend his money on something. Yeah, Dark Ice has got this. We're going to a decider. We are going to a decider. Great Micro, says Soon, and he's absolutely right. This has been won by good Micro, this game. Okay, he's going to lose his bow. That's a shame. But he did get a Pathfinder out, at least. Okay. It doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter. He is trying to re-establish here. I think Baloo knows he's got to try and go for a last hurrah, but look at the amount of these out. I think this is going to come forward. It could actually get the War Factory, but no, he sees it coming because of this. Very nice. He must just see the sheer number of these and think, nah, not worth it. He's just slowly going to get swept up by this army. And there's no way into the base. He is covered, completely covered the base. More good Micro coming out of him here. Yep, Baloo's been defeated. We go into a decider. Very, very nice from Dark Ice. No rhyme intended. Yeah, really, really nice. Okay, so it's a USA Mirror Decider on Arctic Lagoon. Hope we're all ready for the conclusion of this one. Very interesting set, this. I must say, this favours Dark Ice, judging by the builds I was seeing earlier. But yeah, we start in the north then with Baloo in the pink, playing as Vanilla USA. And in the south, Dark Ice, who must be feeling alright about this. In the blue, playing as Vanilla USA as well. Okay, let's see how this one goes. Looks like Baloo is going to stick to his 2-supply build. The one I'm not a big fan of, and that Shalou rightly also isn't a fan of. This build is the right build, for sure. Barracks, 2nd supply. That's what you need to be doing. Come in with a drop. Build a slightly late War Factory. You don't necessarily need it. Drone the this if you can. 2, 3. Needs 5 shots off it. Does get it. Okay, drone goes down. He's going to go 3 MDs and a dozer. Fairly speedy. War Factory already established. I mean, if this just comes here now, you can send your 3 MDs here, drop your dozer off and try and build a... Okay, let's see how this goes. Ouch. Oh, hello. Oh, wow, okay. That V's done the business. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty big, actually. And just like that, Baloo has the advantage. Because now... You're going to get fast OVs. It's an interesting build from Baloo, and he shouldn't really get away with it, but he has been getting away with it in this set. Both players. I like this from Dark Ice, collecting from the separate supply crate. And we actually do see that from Baloo as well. Very nice. Oof. Yeah, tight one. Very nice set this overall. First V now in on the left-hand side. I think Toe's going to be getting researched as we speak. Yeah, there it is. Ouch. That spells problems. He has to, yep, evac him. That's going to slow his economy down. Meanwhile, Baloo's going to build more back home. Very good micro on the V. However, it's going to go down. I think these can start collecting because the V is going to finish it off. Yeah, okay. Try to repair it. Did get some extra damage off on the Chinook, but overall not really worth getting the battle drone there. Now we do now have 2 Vs coming onto the left-hand side. That, I think, is an empty V. Yeah, Dark Ice is in massive, massive trouble. Massive trouble. I think Baloo has got this. Yeah, he's even gotten Firebase and S&D in play. One Dozer's going to go down, is it? Yep. Has to be fast laser locks. It's faster laser locks, but not quick enough. These were quick laser locks. Okay. But yeah, still only 1 supply being collected from here for Dark Ice. As I say, big trouble. Baloo is having a field day. Toe now out for Dark Ice, okay. Yeah, miles behind here. It all just came down to the failed drop. That was huge. It really was. If he'd at the very least shut the V down and kept the dozer, that itself would have slowed him down. But because he just got it all taken care of without sustaining any losses in the end, this is what you end up with. S&D coming in. That V is going to get in. That could be nice. But for some reason, it's diving straight into where it doesn't need to be. Oh, yeah, that's... I don't think he was paying attention. If it went in there, it could have been very annoying. I think he was focused on the defense, though. He's very, very up against it. He needs to be careful. Ooh, very close. Alright, Chinook goes down. I don't like where he's driving, actually. This going into this cocoon is kind of favouring Baloo. Sorry, favouring Dark Ice a little bit here. Nonetheless, he is slowing him down. Baloo is comfortably ahead. Hambo at risk. Does survive. I think 1B will go down. It does. And that might have been the hunt. Ooh, nice evac. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's hunted now. This is going to get swept up. Very nice, but... No strat. That's my team's going off. Who is messaging me at 4 PM? We're allowed a 3 PM finish, so... Hey-ho. Make the most of that. Yeah, Dark Ice hanging on in there, but he's up against Baloo, who is comfortably ahead. Collecting, hasn't taken any harassment. Looks like that barracks might well be to go for some oil here. And these Vs are now out in the open, exposed to S&D. So yeah, that is the outcome. He's going to get himself a V potentially. Yep, does get it. But what's going to stop this? Has to go back. Yep. And the more that he does this, the more it favours Baloo, because he can't cause him any damage. He's even building a firebase back here for some reason. Needs to be careful to not pin himself down again. That team's sound is really annoying. I'm going to have to mute my laptop after this. Okay, V goes down. Another V goes down. Laser lock's coming in. We do have a Colonel Burn, and he is going for the oils as well. Yeah, this is very much Baloo's to lose now. Still only on the 1 supply. The more he gets in here, the more he slows him down. Does lose all his Vs, though. Ugh, such an annoying sound. Okay. Baloo got more in the back. Does now take himself an oil. Another Chinook going down, is it? Yeah. Oh, no, it doesn't. It does just survive. Okay. Yeah, all of this is just buying Baloo time. Knowing that his opponent can't ever get to S&D. And knowing that he can just build his own CC. If it goes to 3-star, the game's over. But Baloo is approaching that. Oh, there's a Colonel Burton as well. Oh, takes the barracks out. He is getting picked apart here, Dark Ice. Needs to blow that up now. Yeah, it does. And I think he killed his own Colonel Burton, so didn't give the XP away. Very nice. I think that needed to be sold instantaneously. That is a lot of these, actually. Okay. Yeah, it's going to come back down to a base trade. This is kind of probably the best thing Dark Eyes can really do. But even then, not really much is... Because this should just destroy his base too quickly. Yeah. He is focusing on the defense, but I don't think it really matters. His base is going to go down here. Very nice. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's GG's. Had to just go for it here. I think he sees, yeah, there it is. Well played, Baloo. He takes it.
You are victorious.
Tricky Twinkie says, did you make any map anti? As in, did I myself make one? No, but Nickname did produce one for me once called ZapDoc. For ages I've been meaning to review it and fix it, and I still haven't. That was probably about 2 years ago now. Okay, GG's. That was a very nice set, actually. Baloo just sneaking it for free there, so nicely done. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to very quickly just come out of 0 hour. And then I'm going to just do a bit of tidying of the replay folder. We can now get rid of those games. Okay, that's that. Let's now change the scoreboard. Henk. 0 for AnThraX. And it is a best of 9 this time because it's a round 3 match. Okay. Center that, and we will now reload 0 hour. And I'm going to also mute teams, so 1 second. Can't be having that sound play all day. Okay. Let's just double check. We're in here. We're at Henk nil, AnThraX nil. Perfect. I've gone online as I always do. Alright then, set number 2. Henk is on the way. Henk versus AnThraX, and we go into game number 1. Okay, we start with Henk in the north on Vendetta in the gold, playing as Nuke. And in the south, oh wow, okay, AnThraX in pink, also as Nuke. Very nice. We had a Nuke mirror yesterday, we're getting another Nuke mirror today. That's what we like. Soon is rooting for Henk. I am too. I like Henk. Met him at the last LAN, actually. Good guy. And we're seeing dual supply opener from both players. This is kind of unfortunate here because the positioning of the CC means that your dozer ends up miles away from getting that. And just look at the difference already. 2 supplies already up. This one's barely started. So it kind of does favour the bottom side slightly, or at least it did in this particular instance. The dozer will spawn in random locations. Tiny little details like that can make a difference. Both players going for a broadly identical build. There's a surprising number of emails flowing around on my on my work laptop. Yeah, nice from AnThraX. Trucks. I was going to say the supply positioning looks really good, but there was actually a bit of movement there. That's a bit unlucky as well. These trucks and these trucks are beautiful, actually. Perfect supply placement from AnThraX. I think Henk's very unlucky, actually, that this does look pretty good. He's unlucky not to get perfect supplies there. This actually looked... Yeah, that's what I mean. It's super close to being perfect. Just going to also try and expand out here. Could potentially be a little ambitious, but let's wait and see. We're going to have a meeting of the Battle Masters. Will AnThraX opt to go for the dozer if he spots it? He doesn't spot it. And Outpost is going to deal with this. Very nice from Henk. Yeah, that is going to go down. Nothing loss-wise sustained so far, apart from the units on the right. Yeah, that's what I mean. Maybe a little bit ambitious. Both players have basically mirrored, haven't they? You've got this defensive bit here, but there is a quick licks out here for AnThraX. Ooh. Truck will take some damage, but overall, nothing too bad there for Henk. No trucks go down. Lick's now out for him. Gats are in play. Yeah, both players playing this very nicely. This dozer's, yeah, exposed. That's going to go down. Very nice for Henk, that. Because it's going to slow down the third supply. Really nice pick off. This dozer could have been picked off earlier, but did not get picked off. Is he going to try and go for the TNT? He gets it. Really nice from Henk. I'd certainly say he's leading this. He'll have just seen the licks coming in as well. As his own licks. Did he get... No, he hasn't got it just yet. Okay. I think at this stage, you're at the point where you probably just go for a prop and get your own Lotus rather than Red Guard. So I think realistically it's going to be difficult. That's exactly the approach that AnThraX is taking. One dose is definitely going to go down now. Yep, easy pick off. It was out there in the open, basically begging to be shut down. That Battlemaster is going to deal with that Red Guard. Yeah, there we go. Plenty of Gats on the field. A couple of elixirs here. They need to be closer together so that one can heal the other. A little tiny bit of damage taken on that lick somehow. Presumably from a Gat. And he loves GLA mirrors. I mean, sometimes I love a GLA mirror. It's contextual. Lick's going to sneak down the side here. Could snipe the prop. And get the dozer. Oh, all that. Alright. That's kind of neat. That's very neat. AnThraX hasn't spotted this yet. Dozer is at risk as well. If it stays there, it's going to be close. If the licks just goes for it, it could have got it. Ah, that's a shame. And, whoa, what are these elixirs doing? Oh, my word. Yeah. It's a shredding. Now he needs to just go for the dozer, I think. And he's got it. Yeah, I think he realizes. I think that licks is going to get the hunt. An empty licks. Oh, my God, it's going to be so close. He saves it. Wow. In the meantime, he is... Oh, wow, his own dozer is alive, and he's lost second supply. So Henk might be a little bit broke here, actually. Very close Battlemaster war going on there. Desperately trying to get that dozer. Another lick's now coming in, but that is going to get shut down, I'm afraid. I think that had something... Well, maybe it didn't have something in it. I'm not sure. I think that airfield... Is it possible that he's rallied it? I'm not sure, but whatever that licks was, I don't know. Maybe he was trying to go for that dozer. Maybe. And AnThraX now suddenly takes a lead. He does have capture building, but that's what I mean. I think you're better off just going for your prop and getting a Lotus. Okay, he does now lose that, so he can collect off his second again. But look at the money difference here. AnThraX is suddenly light years ahead. If he can get that CC back, I would go as far as saying it's over. Nice force fire attempt from Henk there. Nearly gets a truck for his troubles. Lotus now skirting around the right-hand side as well. I mean, AnThraX has got so much money. Yeah, he could go for. He could even go for a nuke after this. Okay, that is going to get stopped. Yeah, nicely done. And Overlord now out as well for Henk. Now, the question is that Lotus just going to murder itself on mines? Yep. Yes, it is. Oh dear. And he can even see them. It's pretty sloppy from AnThraX. He is going to get a CC back, though. Crucially. Yeah, nice first game, this, actually. Really nice. And we're going to get another one after. Favourite matchup. Nuke mirrors are up there, actually, I have to say. I really like Nuke Tox. Nuke Tox is a great matchup. Inf GLA is a good Inf Demo tends to produce some brilliant matchups as well, by the way. Sam likes Inf Demo. I don't think Sam likes Inf Demo. Or maybe he likes them now. He certainly never used to. Quite a few. I know I didn't really just name one there, but yeah, I do quite like... There's quite a few matchups I like. I like air versus tank, air versus stealth. All of those sort of traditional good matchups I like. I am fans of them all. Henk is way behind here. Probably needs to consider getting his CC back, actually. In theory, he could still hunt his opponent if he got a Lotus in behind, captured that, and finished off that. Quite a scary looking army. Do have subliminal messaging for AnThraX. We do not have it here for Henk. Bit of a mistake coming in there. Has a nuke cannon, interestingly. Lotus, Battle of the Lotuses in the middle. Okay. That Lix is, however, going to win the Battle of the Lotai. Yeah. And now he can take both oils for himself. Needs to be very quick, though. Yeah, he realises that would have been fatal. Gets out of there, very nice. Go around there and take it, that would be good. Yeah, both players playing this pretty cautiously. Lotus darts in the building. And AnThraX is going to look to intercept here. It's dicey. That is a very big army for AnThraX. Very, very... He's doing a nice job of holding onto his own oil, I have to say. I think Henk's trying to build as many of these as he possibly can. We do have an expansion for AnThraX onto his third supply, and he's now expanding on the left as well, so he's certainly ahead in this one. Especially with the amount of overlords he's got. Henk is kind of just slightly behind throughout here, actually. I think the economy difference is the key at this stage. He's probably collected so much more money relative to AnThraX. And yeah, he's now taking that oil for himself as well. ECMs are going to catch an overlord sleeping. I think this is going to be GG for Henk. Ah, he even gets the other overlord. That is huge. Ouch. Going to see a counter-attack come in. Probably the best he can hope for. Has nuke cannons at his base. Lotus goes down there. Yeah, he was going for a nuke in the end. I think first and foremost, you have to go and shut down the dozer, and then... yeah. Kind of had to just YOLO that, I think. Had to send it a little bit. But he's going to go back. He's bought himself a little bit of time, but the trouble is, he hasn't really got anything behind this, and there's now a nuke in play. One nuke MiG, yeah, he knows it. That's over. One nuke MiG, and his one way out was there. It was pretty closely run. I think AnThraX just always ever so slightly ahead in that one. And then the margins, unfortunately, are what make the difference. Yeah, minor, small little things, I'd say. Right, we're going to go into game number 2 then. Henk, this time playing in the bottom as the nuke. In gold still. AnThraX staying in pink as well. He is also as nuke. So let's see how this one goes. Yeah, you see where the dozers start. The power gets to go there. So a lot closer to that supply versus that one, which is at least a little closer to there. Yeah, I think that was probably a very, very minor mistake from Henk, where his second dozer went there rather than there, so it just slowed him down slightly. So yeah, look at the difference. He's going to get these broadly at the same time. Not much in it. I do like infantry, yeah, Sam is right about that, in fairness. In general, I don't know why, I just am comfortable with them. Right, dual war factory this time. From both? No, not from both players, okay. From Henk. It's a build order variation, which I like. I think it's important to vary your build orders in the nuke mirror. You won't see... Personally, you won't see me going for the same build order back to back. Not to give any secrets away or anything. Specifically in nuke mirrors, that is. Sam hates every matchup equally now. Very good. Yeah, what is nice about this build is that the trucks are very, very well protected. Not perfect on this occasion. Does Henk have it? Not quite. Yeah, a bit of movement going on with some trucks. Only this supply perfect this time. The funny thing is, this is the hardest supply to get right, and he does get it bang on the money there. We do have nuke battle masters going forwards. We're going to have a draw over here. He's going to expand over here. Okay, that's kind of nice. That's going to survive, yep. So realises he has to try and pick something off over here instead. Is that going to blow itself up? Yeah, it does. Yeah, okay. First lick's now out. He is going to get in that building this time, which is an improvement on the last game for sure. AnThraX, nice to see him paying attention. Knows that the Nuke Battlemaster was coming in. He gets a truck though. That's nice. Nice force fire there. Saves the dozers. Now going to expand to this third supply. Is what I meant to say. Whereas we have a prioritization of the oils here. Ooh. Actually, that is going to take quite a bit of damage, that licks. That is going to take a lot of damage. Oh my word. If they weren't bugged, he would have got it. Those Gats are in a bit of trouble now. If he gets a TT on... Yeah, he does. Alright. Nicely done. This might buy him enough time to get the capture building. Yeah, capture building now comes in. Okay. There's a Battlemaster on the left just chilling. Gat is going to pick off some supply trucks. Very nice. And now gets the veterancy, so we'll win that battle. Yeah, nice. Might even get that too here. No. Well, might now. Oh my word. AnThraX just gifting veterancy. Yeah, that's pretty big. I would like to see that get taken back, actually. Because that otherwise, yeah, it does. Very nice. Otherwise, it's free pickings for that. But against the Lixes, that's a very powerful tool. Now comes in with this Battlemaster, which could have been here destroying trucks long, long ago. Yeah, I'd say Henk slightly on top in this particular game, actually. Getting both oils is pretty massive. He's got loads of money all of a sudden. Just needs to not get hunted. Which, so far, he isn't. He's got both his dozers. Okay. That cat's going to go down cheaply. I think if I was Henk, and I think of the last game, I don't know, I just think... I'd be... The main threat here, when you're this far ahead, is getting hunted. So just do everything you can to not get hunted, I guess. Prop now going up for AnThraX. Already up for Henk, though. One dozer will go down. Where are the ground units? Okay, there they are. Right, this is a bit messy from Henk. I can see what's going to happen. Although that Lix is very, very low. But he's just lost all his Gats. And his really powerful Gat is all the way over here. It's going to win the fight, though. Okay, that Battlemaster does at least get dealt with. But needs to deal with this one as well. I think an outpost would be a good unit choice from both here, because it can deal with both the Lixes as well as the... Okay, he's going to engage this Gat now. That's an important pickoff. Very important pickoff. Henk's still in this. Needs to build the right units, though. An outpost is what he needs. Actually, to be fair, he's got basically no collection. Because of these Battlemasters. Yeah, and all this time, AnThraX is on 3 supplies. Well, he's got his 3rd supply back, but the 2 oils are helping him keep in it. He is going to deal with one of the Battlemasters. That truck is going to go down. Yep. Had a TT placed on it by the rogue tank hunter. I think that war factory could go down here, actually. I think it will. Yeah, it will. It will. Gets veterancy. And that now gets veterancy as a result. Okay. Lotus now comes in to take the oils away from Henk. Overlord and ECM on the left. And yeah, I think AnThraX has kind of just hung on in there. He was quite a bit behind. But now very much ahead with the amount of economic damage done here. And this here is going to hurt a lot. Lotus for AnThraX. Now going to take the other oil away. Yeah, I think... oh, that's a shame. Yeah, AnThraX got it. It's GG. Unlucky for Henk. He was ahead that one.
You have been defeated.
But just a little bit of harassment. I think he had the wrong units at the wrong time in that game. He had nothing but Gats for a moment in his base, and that just allowed AnThraX to come in. Just goes to show the little, like, minor differences in a nuke mirror that make all the difference. Because Henk's build's very, very good. Like, on both. You know, generally speaking, his start is solid. But just that exact, you know, you sleep for 1 minute, whatever you want to say, and you get punished for it. It's just kind of unlucky, really. Yeah, definitely was definitely in the lead there on that one, but unfortunate. That's what happens. All right, let's just double check. Yeah, it's 2-0. So we go into game number 3 now, and Henk once again playing as Nuke. Probably already sick of the sight of them that he's lost with them twice. Unlucky though on one of them. Versus an Air Force. Okay. So when you've got a 2-0 lead in it, as AnThraX does, this matchup is just what you need. Because you should, in theory, just retain your lead. Like, 2-0 should go 3-1 here. But the games have still got to be played, and it's not impossible for Nuke. So let's see what happens. Both players going to open double supply. I mean, yeah, you can even go double supply and just keep your... You can probably get away with keeping your CC. You should be able to. Barracks and War Factory is going to be the build of choice. And the Nuke is going to go for a War Factory and an Airfield. Okay. Airfield could get some work done, considering that it's Barracks and War Factory, actually. Yeah, that's the thing, Henk. I mean, the experience does count for an awful lot there. To be honest with you, you can be experienced and make that mistake. That's the truth. Nuke mirrors just require constant, like, attention, shall we say. Like, there was generally nothing wrong with what you did. You just had a moment in your base where you had no units to deal with Battle Masters. You just had pure Gats. And that's what cost you. I think if you had built outposts earlier, that might have saved you. I think there was a lack of outposts in your army in general. Maybe that's the difference. You don't need like to build 20 outposts as a, you know, just to combat it. You just need 1 or 2 extra. They are very powerful in nuke mirrors when used correctly, for sure. Okay, so we have a troop crawler. Question is, oh, there's actually a very quick... Yeah, he's going to take that here, surely. He's going to keep it alive, actually. Very important that he did so. And does send the V back to its base, crucially. But nice initial harassment there from AnThraX. Yeah, very tough as the nuke. This, very, very tough. Kind of like the mines here. If the USA doesn't pay attention, could get caught out. Again, the truck's very, very close to perfection. Just a little bit of movement. Just needs to be a little bit closer there and a little bit closer there. I know I bang on about it, but it's super important. This is nice from Henk. I think, yeah, he could even just go down here, actually. But look at the V's out already. And he's on tow. Yeah, Gat gets shut down already, and now he can just micro these. It's so difficult for the nuke here, honestly. And look how much there is already. Yeah, he knows it's over. He just had everything he needed. Really, really difficult matchup, that. The only upside for Henk is he should win the reverse. Yeah, that is 3-0 for AnThraX. Let's see if Henk can win the reverse as we go into this 4th game. He's here in the south this time, playing as an Air Force General in the gold. And in the north, we have AnThraX in the pink as the nuke this time. Okay. What will AnThraX go for? What I would say from Henk is if you're going to do a build that's kind of all in, this dozer has to really come forward so that you can get your units here quicker. That would be the one critique, I would say. Otherwise, even if you do that, realistically, it's going to be very difficult. Let's not forget that. So yeah, I expect AnThraX to either go double War Factory or he's going to go for the exact same build you did. Yeah, he's going to go for the same build. Okay. And the only downside to this approach is you don't get any tank hunters out of it. That's kind of the sort of downside of that approach. That looked like a Gat followed by a troop crawler, I think. Or maybe just 2 gats, I'm not actually sure. Would like to see that dozer be placed here, just so that you can spot any early gat coming down here, trying to sneak into this area. Even if you place it there, that would be very nice, because look where that gat's going to go now. Okay, first V is up. Dozers are, at the very least, nicely, safely tucked away. It was double gat from AnThraX. Does he spot that? Yes, he did just spot it. Okay, that's important that he did so. Good micro. Hellfire should finish it off. Nicely done. Does take a little bit of hit points, however. Good decision, I think, to get a laser lock on that. Sees the licks coming, but decides... Yeah, good decision, I think. Oh, that was a lesser good decision. Big win for AnThraX, but he did get 2 out, and AnThraX was sleeping. Alright, that's a turn of fortune there for Henk. Henk had a moment where he slept, and then AnThraX slept. So, yeah, ends up going as it should. And there's now just 1 gat on the field here, which probably will get in. That's what I mean by getting that dozer placed here, so that you know it's coming. Airfield now being constructed. I like that. The ultimate anti-licks measure. Okay, I think he has just spotted that now. Yeah, he does. Okay. Yeah, he moves that before he even has the chance to take any damage, which I like. This here is going to find this dozer, which is nice. Slows down any potential expansion from the nuke. Ooh, did he lose that 5? I think he might have done. Does see this coming in. Is he going to react? No, he's not. He's focused on the aggression here, which is fine. In fact, is that hunt complete? Yes, because he lost his other dozer, didn't he? Okay, Licks goes down as well. But there is a gap in the base. All his Chinooks have survived, though. Meanwhile, this 1v is kind of wrecking. Okay. Almost might end up in a bit of a base trade situation here. Okay, dozer coming in for the crushers. Yeah, nice. Very nice. Needs to keep crushing. Okay, does go down. And then needs to be very, very careful here. But Henk is paying attention. And crucially, he's got veterancy on his V. Very valuable. Production basically... Yeah, production completely camped here. Okay. Ooh, that's really nice, though. Does get some good crushes there. So now the next V can come out and finish that. Yeah, I think Henk has got this one. For sure. Nice try from AnThraX. But yeah, it's just a matter of time now, I'm afraid. Oh, he didn't actually get hunted. His other dozer did survive. Okay. Gat. Licks did go down. Yeah, it doesn't matter now. That's his last building. And that dozer, with the pick off, as soon as that goes down, that's it. He's done it. AnThraX really did try until the end there, but yeah, GG. And we're at 3-1. Nicely done from Henk. Okay. Hello, Killer for H, by the way. Alright, so Henk now taking it back to 3-1s as we go into game number 5. And we are on Tiny Tactics. Alright, I think this is going to suit Henk. I'd say his best game mode, as far as I'm aware at least, is FFAs. And a map like this certainly suits an FFA player. He's pretty good at his macro. He's here on the right-hand side as Vanilla China in the gold. He is up against AnThraX in the pink as Vanilla GLA. Alright. Very nice. GLA China on this map is a good matchup as far as I'm concerned. Certainly suits the GLA, but the China can definitely get some work done on it. Yeah, these supplies are a little bit far away. Definitely need to, I'd say that was one tip I'd give in general, and this just applies to FFAs, it applies to 1v1s, whatever game mode it is. Definitely work on these supply placements. That there almost qualifies for what one refers to as a Wraith supply. Which is when you have it so far away that the trucks take 10 minutes to deliver. Yeah, this one and this one a little far. It does hurt your economy a lot more than you might think it does. So I'd say that's just something to fix in general. Top tip. For sure. Alright, let's see what AnThraX is going for in the meantime. Okay, he's going to go for a fast tech RPG, which is nice. Has some fairly good positioning. Yeah, he put it in the tunnel, then realised he has nowhere to pop out of, so now he's sort of come forward here. Flamer here is very nice. I think if he starts his firewall now... Ooh. He's going to lose a dozer. Yeah. Scrap deny, very nice. Okay, that's important that he got that. Does have himself a Licks as well. Just what he needs to try and deal with this tech RPG. AnThraX has to be very careful because there's mines here. Looks like he is going to be careful. And will give away the fact that there's mines there. Yeah. I think that might have a Gatling in a second, so he should be able to deal with this. All of this is good because it buys AnThraX time to get his oils, which is exactly what he's doing. Right, have to see some good micro now. Yeah. I think that's a mistake from AnThraX. Oh, and he drove the tech away as well. Yeah, there's no real point engaging this. Although, that is a nice sneaky tunnel. I like that. Needs to get these trucks back working again. He was just focused on the aggression in the down here for a second. Be nice if he took that building. Yeah, get going down then. This tunnel, yeah. I think that's another thing to watch out for. If you're any USA, and it's so difficult, don't get me wrong. But if you're any USA or China, you need to just be thinking, and you're against the GLA that is, you need to be thinking, could there be a sneaky tunnel? I think if that flamer was, it's kind of unfortunate, if that flamer waited for the RPGs, or the tank hunters, that could have been pretty difficult. Gat will deal with the rebels, and Henk now going to expand to take these oils, very nice. The trouble is this back here. Licks will at least deny this expansion. Very nice. Just the one dozer left for Henk. That is going to hurt him. I think if you're China on this map against GLA, I think a triple dozer is kind of basically a must. Especially because of the 2.5k you get on the crate initially. Yeah, Licks floating around just trying to be annoying. 2 arms dealers already up. Plenty of economy. You've got, I say that, there's only 2 supplies up right now. 2 supplies to oil. So AnThraX a little bit slow to expand. On the economy-wise, at least. It looks like Henk is now aware of these tunnels at the back of his base. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty scary. That actually probably is game-ending scary, to be honest. When you got that in the back of your base, and you're continuing the expansion. Would like to at least see this get denied. But I think he's going to get it up. Yeah, looking good for AnThraX. Does start establishing his palace and a 3rd supply. It's just so difficult. If one tunnel gets up, you're in just a hole. A real big load of trouble. Truck's going to come forward and instant pop. Yep. What can Lixers do about that? You need about 5 or 6 flamers to deal with this, along with the Lixers. He's going to at least temporarily push it back, but they're going to get chopped. And I think Henk is seconds away from a GG. Yeah, there it is. Really, really difficult. But it does favour the GLA, this. I know I said it can be won both ways, and it can be won both ways, but it is way, way tougher for the China. Just very quick and easy for the GLA to expand, be sneaky, you name it. Alright, we do have the reverse now, and we've got Henk this time playing as the GLA on the left-hand side in gold. And on the right-hand side, AnThraX on match point, 3 match points in fact, playing in pink as Vanilla China. Okay. so let's see what we get here. Hank says this was a messy game. Yeah, I think it's just not easy. The China, it's kind of tricky because there's loads of different things the GLA can do. You know, you can go over here, down here. Go for the oils early. You know, loads of different things. The China, I think... Certainly, I'd be going triple dozer as AnThraX has gone here. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think having 3 dozers is helpful. When you lost one of your dozers early in that last game, having just one dozer to expand out and do things is just very, very difficult. This dozer's already going to hang around this area, expecting a rush, and we do have a truck rush, which is going to be very, very annoying. However, that is unlucky. Very nice micro initially there. Tech is now going to come out. Oh, he misses it. It's not been the best driving, actually. Oh, he misses it again. Crikey. Yeah, not the best driving. First cat now coming in. Does go down. Gets, potentially could take some scrap there. A bit risky with the mines. Is he going to go for it? It looks like he is. Yeah, he knows the mines are there because he can see them with the tunnel. But is careful. Scrap deny comes in. Yep. And Flamer's going to try and deny this oil here. Henk already on 3 supplies though, which I prefer. Build order wise, I do prefer that. Really cannot get that second one up. Might lose an oil, will lose an oil. Okay. No scrap to be collected because the tunnel killed it. AnThraX doesn't know that though, has to be careful. Nice pressure from him. Will get a tech for his troubles. Is now going to try and get that tunnel up. I think he will succeed. 1 Scorp would be nice here. Second arms and a tunnel now being placed. That's good. Nice expansion at the top as well. This is what I mean. He's quite a good macro player. And is he now? That is perfect. That is perfect for him. Super annoying for AnThraX. And that's on a hill, so he should be able to get... Yep, he gets it. That is a super tech. But there is a Lix, which is just what you need to deal with this. Because that, if you're not expecting the Lix, that will go down. Needs to get out of there. But doesn't get out there. We'll lose it. But it's okay. It's done nice damage. Mine's being swept by the worker here. Okay. I like holding the lines. That's good. And he has plenty here as well. So yeah, there is a nice gold wall here, which is definitely a positive for Henk. Potential crushing here of the... No, not quite. Okay. Lix went and dealt with it. Yeah, certainly advantage GLO, for sure. Especially as he builds up these. I do like this from AnThraX, just hiding one of his dozers up here. If anything, it acts as a scout, which is good. Black Napalm now out as well, so might see some MiGs soon. CC going to be re-established. Second tunnel now going up. I think if you're AnThraX, you need to be thinking about getting the middle here. AnThraX is just about to find out that this top area is not where you want to be pushing, especially if he pops out of there now. AnThraX? There's the pop. A little bit slow. I think he should have got that Lix. That was a bit slow. But technical coming in. Gonna try and shut this war factory down. That's kind of nice harassment. Just being annoying, if anything. I think he will get it as well. Yeah, he does. This Lix is in danger as well. It's going to go down. Yeah, suddenly that's done tons of work. Takes a war factory, takes a full Lix. Yeah, really good. He's got problems down here. It's going to need to consider popping from his deeper tunnel very soon, I think. Might be a bit late. Probably going to lose this area. Okay. Whoa, goes for it. Yeah, not the best idea, I don't think. Sometimes in life you've got to accept that you've lost your position, and that was one of those occasions. Gets a nice last little 200 out of that. But yeah, ultimately is going to lose this area. I think I'd like to see a TT here as well before the dozer protects it. Yeah, okay. He's going to now push on the top side. I like that. Trying to be expansive. Scorpion's now coming out to try and help deal with this, but Flamers are going to come in and get some damage done. Tunnel comes in to help on the defense just in time. And he is going to now be offensive in the base, which I like. Ooh. Flamer isn't paying attention. I think he got distracted by this, and he gives veterancy away. Oh dear. I'd like to see Henk stop this one in a second. Ah, didn't matter. Yeah, 2 vet, 2 quads all of a sudden. And AnThraX, just like that, is in huge trouble. Because these are now absolute unit shredders. Ah. Yeah, this is going to be 4-2. Absolutely no question about it. Got a vet. Yeah, GG. That's all it took. I mean, literally, he just walked 7 or 8 quads into his base from afar and won the game. That's how difficult it is. Again, as I say, if AnThraX had a bit more there and scaled up a bit quicker, he could have done better. Nonetheless, good win there for Henk. As we go into game number 7. 4-2, still match point. We have Henk here playing as the Tox in gold on Dryland Desert. And some kind of USA, a vanilla USA for AnThraX. Okay. Another one that could be won both ways, but again favours one army, which is the Tox for sure, is favoured. But certainly can be won by the USA, no doubt about it. Let's see how both players go about it. Okay, dual supply, no big surprise there. And also from Henk, is he going to potentially go 3 supplies? Be a bit greedy if he did do that, and he isn't doing that by the looks of things. Okay. He's actually going to go for a 5 base here. Little bit early for my liking. Does he collect our separate supply crates? Yes, he does. Very nice. Good see. Plenty of tunnels being established, which is good. And he has his arms dealer out. He might go for a TT if he gets one more terrorists. Didn't actually send one here. Maybe he just realised there wasn't going to be a drop early. Potentially missed opportunity for AnThraX to slow the economy down here for Henk. First V is going to come out. I think that is going to be a big TT indeed. Has 4 terrorists. Okay. Question is, it's going to go here. Alright. If it goes down here and here, it should be able to get it. AnThraX saw that coming. That's going to get shut down, is it? Yeah. Might. No, didn't. Unlucky. So yeah, does lose that for nothing. Good start for AnThraX. And there's plenty of gold on the map, I must say. The actual build is nice from Henk. It's just very quick to expand, which I like to see. It's trying to get some more damage done, but AnThraX is covering that off as the V numbers are increasing in size. So yeah, I mean, I've kind of blasted that a bit, but can you imagine if the TT just came straight down here and took the firebase and a dozer with it? That'd be super annoying. Super annoying for the USA to have to deal with. Might see a potential dropped worker. Yeah, we will. Okay. Nice. I think he could potentially pick off the ambulance here, but nope. Okay, doesn't take the opportunity. AnThraX just going around and killing little things here again. Getting rid of these buildings is nice when you're up against a Tox. So, good play. Demo traps as Tox. Big no-no. They're very expensive. They're not that damaging. They don't necessarily even kill a V. So yeah, I wouldn't waste my time with these. Personally. Although I guess the one thing that could be said about them is that your opponent, look how slow they build as well. I think they take like 6 seconds to build. He's going to lose this supply. Does veterancy on the V? Yes, he does get it. That hurts. Some kind of harassment at the base, but that is going to fail. Okay. Yep, demo trap. Going down. He wants to try and tempt him into this one by the looks of it. But that's not going to work. Yeah, not looking very good here for Henk. Unless he gets some really decent pop. He is getting shut down. Okay, there is a bit of a sandwich going. He's trying to get the Vet 2V, and I think that's an error. I think I'd be going for a weaker V and then go for the Vet 2V later. A couple of reasons for that. One, they're notoriously difficult to pick off. They're easy to pick off. Two, they're easier to pick off when there are less Vs supporting it. And three, if you kill it, a pilot comes out and you can just put it in the next one anyway. So yeah, that actually, oddly, needs to be the last one you pick off for those reasons. AnThraX kind of just chilling here. Does he think he's got this already? I mean, he has. If you're looking at it objectively, he kind of has, really. I'm struggling to see what Henk can do. Yeah, exactly that. That is GG's. Unlucky for Henk, though. But he was up against a very strong opponent in AnThraX. So yeah, he could go a long way. I think he could even potentially be a favourite, actually. So yeah, GG's well played. Unlucky Henk. Like I say, I think generally your builds are solid. Just little things, you know. Again, I think you summed it up earlier. It just comes down to experience, really. But overall, I'd say that was a very good effort. So well played, mate. Alright, that concludes it. I am going to leave it there, guys, because I've actually got an evening of drinking and going out involved. But thank you all, as usual, for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed both sets back-to-back. Yeah, and I think in this time, I've already got 2 more sets coming up to replay cast. So I've got... who have I got? Piddox's match. For sure. And I think I saw one in the chat earlier that I've now forgotten. Someone did mention it. Mohammed Shaloub, that's it. So potentially his set I could replay cast. Assuming they don't get live casted, those 2 sets, then I will look to replay cast them, possibly as soon as tomorrow. Pleasure, by the way, Henk. And everyone else, of course, soon as well. But yeah, GG's for now, guys. As I say, I'll be back very, very soon. Like I say, hopefully as soon as tomorrow morning, in fact. So yeah, until next time, guys, hope you all have a good Friday evening. Take care and see you later.